Fans, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Easy Career Growth. Thank you for clicking on that button and joining me for a few minutes. Today I'm going to talk about 10 things that you shouldn't say in the office. 10 things you shouldn't say in the office. There's some key things here, and I think most people kind of take it for granted. So stay tuned. There's a couple you probably don't think about. As always, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It goes a long way to supporting the channel. You know, you have basically 3 types of voices that you should be using. There's your outdoor voice, so the voice that you use with your friends. It contains different dialogue, different slangs, different phrases that you might say. You should never use in the office. And it's also like voices you use around your parents, elderly people, people that you give respect. That's not the same voice or your outside voice you use with friends. Also, you should have a professional voice. Your professional voice should be language that you use in a professional setting. It should incorporate the different buzzwords of the day. Should incorporate all of the office language that everybody knows, that all the phrases that have been short, so you know exactly what they're talking about. So let's talk about some of the things you should not say on the job. All right, number 1, it's about gossiping. Talking about your colleagues in a derogatory manner. You really shouldn't do this, because 9 times out of 10 it will get back to the employee, the person that you're talking about. And secondarily, and probably more importantly, that the people that you're doing the gossiping with will know that you're a gossiper. So they'll watch what you say. That they won't take you seriously sometimes, and it's just negative. So anytime you get involved in spreading, junk, noise, innuendos that has nothing to do with the job, you should try to walk away from it. Now, some gossiping I will say is kind of good, and you need to listen out. So I'm not saying you don't get engaged in it. You don't close your ears completely against gossiping, because you might want to know what's happening on the ground. So, an example of bad gossiping. Bad gossiping is, did you hear that such and such is having an affair with such and such? You don't want to talk about that. You want to be engaged in that. But if you hear some, hey, did you hear they're going to hire another 5 people for the finance department? Okay, that's a rumor, and it could be gossip, but hey, maybe if you want to get promoted into that area, you want to migrate to that area of the business, and maybe you might follow up on that. Say, hey, I heard a rumor or heard some gossip about you hiring an extra 5 people. I'd like to be one of the candidates. So it's good and bad about gossip, but primarily it's bad. And so you just try to stay away from it if you can. But again, keep your ear to the ground just in case some tidbits come out that's positive that you might want to know. Okay. All right. Number 2, discussing your personal problems on the job. There should be some boundaries. There should be some things that you can say at work and things that you should keep in your personal life. Like what's going on with your marriage, what's going on with your kids, what's going on with your parents, what's going on your baseball team or your card game Friday night, or what happened at the club. Do not discuss your personal business on the job. Now, if you have a problem that's overflowing into your work on the job, that's a one-on-one conversation with your manager, or a one-on-one conversation with HR saying, look, I have some concerns, I have some issues that may impact my job, so I need to bring them to the forefront so everybody's aware, because, hey, look, I'm struggling right now. Those things you should do privately, not publicly. You shouldn't be discussing these things in the coffee room or in the break or over the cubicle. You should keep those things to yourself, because not everybody's there as your friend, not everybody there is going to give you an open helping hand. Number 3. Key one. Number 3 is salary. Never discuss your salary, what you make, what your benefits are with people around you, because it's private. Don't discuss what you make, what your bonus was, or any of those type of things. That's private. That's like giving somebody your social security number. Now, some people do it all the time, and then they rank against each other. He's making more than I am, and why don't they get that promotion? Because if you're working on some type of merit system, right? Let's say you're working on the merit system, and people's salaries are anywhere from 3 to 6%. Based on your performance. Now, if you got a 6% raise and somebody else got a 3% raise, that might make them upset if you go around bragging you got a 6% raise or the top tier for that particular year. And that might cause you some problems at the end. So you really don't want to discuss these things publicly. You talk to your family and maybe one of your close mates outside of work, but on the job, look, your manager knows, HR knows, it's all private information. Don't go out talking about it. Number 4, offensive jokes and comments. Okay, this kind of ties back into gossiping, but passing around jokes, passing around comments that shouldn't be. What should be said in the office, what shouldn't be said in the office. You got to know. People do it. I mean, it's really changed over the years where obviously pornography and some of those sexual related jokes and stuff have no place in the office. And fastest thing to get you fired if you get caught doing something like that. So leave it out of the office place. Don't bring it to the office. Keep that stuff. If you like to listen to that stuff, I'm not saying I don't laugh it up. Bad joke every once in a while. I love David Chappelle, but I couldn't say any of the jokes in the office, and I wouldn't even attempt to say any of the jokes in the office. That's not for the office, and you just shouldn't be doing it, right? Go home, watch your Netflix, have your laugh. If it's funny, if it's appropriate, some of the things are funny that he says. I'm not saying I agree with everything he says, but for the lion's share of it, he's a comedian. I'm not a comedian at work. You're not a comedian at work. 99% of you. So don't try to be a comedian at work. Leave that stuff on the side. Number 5 is a good one. That's not my job. That's not my scope. That's not me. That's somebody else. You really don't want to say that. You really don't want to tell your manager or somebody's working, that's not my job. It's really, really negative. And look, if it's not your job, and I get it, maybe you should do A, B, and C, and someone's asking you to do D. There's another way of saying no other than saying no. You know, you can say things like, my schedule's already jam-packed this week. I have another 2 priority tasks I'm already working on. Let me discuss that with my manager because she's already prioritized my task for the week. Something like that, other than a point blank, that's not my job. Hey, look, you get somebody else to do it. You don't want to do that if you can possibly. It comes off of being very negative, that you're unflexible, that you're not a team player. And I'm pretty sure everybody's out there is flexible team player and they want the business to succeed. So when you say it's not my job, it sounds like it's an I. I'm looking at this thing just from my perspective, my seat, not a collective effort from everyone. And so in most employers, they want people to be team players. Obviously, they want individuals to stand out. They need leaders, etc., etc. But everybody needs to jump in sometimes. And every once in a while, you're going to have to do something that's not your job. An example, I would be pulled in on some charity work, right, for the community. It's not my job. It's not in my scope. I didn't sign up for that. But you know what? I did it. And you know what? I felt darn good about it too. And it gave me a really, really warm feeling inside that I could do something for the community. And and every year now I volunteer to do it. But because I don't care if it's my job or not, because I got some gratitude, I got some self-worth out of it. I gave something back to the community. And I think everybody should look at that, not only from a work perspective, but from a community perspective. So a lot of things you do, it's not your job, but you just got to do it. Number 6, and look, this goes without saying, profanity, right? You really shouldn't use profanity on the job. And there's some keywords, right? You just never, ever, ever, ever should use the word. The MF word, the C word, the N word. There's tons of words out there that people, they get excited sometimes, things slip, they say all types of weird stuff at the wrong moment. You really shouldn't be doing that. Number 7, overusing the word, I'm sorry, right? Some people say I'm sorry about everything. Some people, when it comes to a meeting and they're 2 seconds late, I'm sorry. Why do you say you're sorry? You're still really on time. You're not really late. Someone asks you to print something out and you're waiting for the printer and you say, I'm sorry. The printer takes a long time. Why are you saying this? Why are some people continually saying I'm sorry for something that they have no control of? Number 8, complaining. Complaining all the time. You get to work in the morning, you're complaining about the traffic. You get in the morning, you're complaining that the coffee's not right. You're complaining that your chair is not right. You're complaining that I got a deadline to do. I'm complaining because, I got to work 5 minutes over lunch. Complaining because they didn't have my favorite food in the cafeteria wherever you go get your lunch. Complain. Don't go to the job complaining. Even though you have legitimate gripes sometimes, just keep it to yourself or share it with your friends, share it with your family. You don't want to be that negative person on the job. No matter what, you'll always find something bad in it. You'll always find fault. You'll always find it's all this great sunshine, everybody's in the perfect mode. Here comes negative Nancy. You got something negative to say. I don't want to hear it. I'm trying to keep myself up. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to get on with my day. I'm trying to find the happiness in the day. I'm not looking for the negative things in the day. Number 9, you hear this quite a bit too. So that's how we've always done it. Why do people always say that? Especially when people are coming from another department or coming from another business. So if they've just been hired, they've been pulled in, and the first thing they said to them, that's how we've always done it. That's how we did it over there. Or why are we doing it this way? Well, I've never seen this way. This is what we did it. Look, it's always a good idea to bring your ideas, thoughts, experiences to a new job. Because that's why you're being hired, right? Bring some of that value with you. Put it on the table, and then let everybody decide. But you can't keep comparing this job against another job, this process against another process, unless you get something legit, right? If it's better, faster, smarter, talk about it. Here's number 10, and the last one. The conclusion is, I'll try. Many people say, I'll try it. What does that mean? 9 times out of 10, it means you're not going to do it. That means you're going to give a half effort to me. So when I ask someone to do something, I say I need it done by 12. It's really a binary response, either yes or no. Yeah, I'm going to get it done, but I need assistance with A, B, and C. I need such and such to give that report, give that piece to me. And you just got to go figure it out. But you say, I'll try to get it done. That's kind of like a lukewarm answer, response. Nobody wants to really hear it. So try not to say, I'll try it. Fix it in your head. Yes or no, I'm going to do it. I'll try it. To me, it's almost like saying, maybe I'll get it done. Maybe maybe I don't know. I'll get it done. I got it. I'm on it. It's done. Consider it done. Walk away. Leave me alone. Don't micromanage me. I said I got it done. I got it done. And that's the attitude or the perception or the reputation that you want to have. You want to say, hey, if I give it to Sean, it's going to be done. I don't want to call him. If he has a problem, he's going to call me. He's not going to, mess around with this thing. He's going to get it done. All right. So, in conclusion, I've given you 10 different phrases, 10 different words or things not to say on the job. They're important. Take a look at them. Incorporate them into your vocabulary, or make sure they're not in your vocabulary. It sounds pretty simple, but it's very, very important. So if you like this content, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, go over to my website and book a 1-hour free session. We can talk about just about anything business related. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.